Hello, North Country soccer fans, and boy, it has been a while since we've been able to say that. It is the 2nd of October, 2020, and we're at the George Brendler Field in Chazy, and we have a matchup between the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton and the Eagles of Chazy. And you don't usually see this between these two schools, but we're in the year of the COVID, and a lot of things have transpired since March. And with the kids this last spring losing their spring sports, and there's a lot of talk, would there be sports this fall? And what I can tell you, there's been a lot of work from many different parties to get to this point tonight to have these kids on the field playing soccer. I know that the governor's office has given the okay. The New York State School Athletic Association, NISPA, as they call them, has given the okay. The local health department has given the okay with some very strict guidelines. And I know in our section that they've gone even the guidelines even a little more stricter than the governor's guidelines, because at the end of the day, it's safety for these kids. And the governor's goal is to try to get back to some kind of normalcy, but to be as safe as possible. So I took the liberty of calling the Clinton County Legislature Chairman Mark Henry to find out some data before tonight's game. And I asked him, I said, what is the infection rate in Clinton County? And currently over a 7-day period, it's 0.3%. And then for Essex County, it's 0.4%. Of course, it's fluid, and that can change at any time. But at this moment, we're very fortunate in the North Country to be where we are in relations to COVID. And when you look across the way, and I'm sure Calvin might have spanned the stands, there's not a lot of fans here. Part of the guidelines is that you can only bring 2 fans per player who's on the team, and that's why you have a sparse crowd over across the way. If it's a family, they can sit together, and if not, they got to be at least 6 feet social distance away from each other. You'll notice the kids are outside running with the mask on their face. The officials have their mask on their face. The coaches have their mask on their face. And even the players sitting on the bench have to have the mask on their face. We're in the press box. I'm with Calvin Castine, the founding father of Hometown Cable. He's got a mask on. I have a mask on, calling the game with the mask on. So we're taking every precaution that we can for the safety of these kids. Northeastern Clinton is a powerhouse soccer program in Division 1. Chazy, of course, is a powerhouse soccer program in Division 2, Calvin?
Class D and Class B.
Class B and D, yeah, they change it up. But so we're on the George Brendler Field, and it's a beautiful day for soccer. It is the 2nd of October, as I said. Usually we've been on the air, and the kids have been playing by late August, definitely by Labor Day. The games have started, especially with the tournaments here on Labor Day weekend. And, of course, that has been delayed. But it is absolutely wonderful to see these young ladies out here playing soccer, enjoying what they do in the fall. Both schools, both great programs. The kids from Northeastern Clinton are coached by Tim Supranaw. And then, of course, Chazy is coached by Samantha Signor. And right now the play is at midfield, and we'll get into some play-by-play. But, Calvin, before I get to that, Calvin, it's been a long time, and Calvin and I are 6 feet apart. I'm just pushing my arm as far as I can over to him. It's nice to see these kids back on the field again.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be able to complete the season. It goes into the first week of November. At this point in time, we're not sure if there'll be any sectional playoffs. It depends what happens in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Hopefully we'll get through those 4 or 5 weeks all healthy.
And the goal this year was not to break it up into Division 1, 2, or 3. It's just trying to get these kids to play each other. It doesn't matter what size school. They want the kids out there playing some soccer this fall.
Yes, everybody, Chazy's playing would normally be Division 1 teams. Unfortunately, Northern Adirondack decided not to compete this fall. Which is unfortunate, but it's what they decided. They're making decisions based on what they think is best, and no matter which way people go, you can't fault them. Whether they say, yeah, we're playing, or say, no, we're not playing. You can't fault them because they're doing the best, what they think is best for everybody.
Absolutely. And right now the play is at midfield, and it goes onto the feet of Bryn Sample. She sends it forward onto the feet of Prairie. Prairie trying to get a through ball, but defensively it was Willow Hurts for Chazy. Ball comes back. It hits the feet of Lucas. Hadley Lucas has the ball knocked away from her by Elizabeth Prairie. Ball goes off the sideline, so a throw-in for Chazy. And for October 2nd, Calvin, we got a beautiful afternoon for a game. It's warm. We had rain this morning, but it's a beautiful day right now.
We had rain about an hour ago, and it really cleared up nice. It's a picture-perfect day up here with the fall colors and the sunshine. You can't ask for more, except I think we can ask for more. Mickey fries. We could ask for Mickey fries, but that ain't going to happen this year.
That would be true, and there's a chance for the Cougars, and that just goes off the side foot of Marley Sample, and Marley knows how to put the ball in the back of the net, and she'd love to have that opportunity again. You talk about the Mickey fries, as you look across the way, the shack is shut tight, and unfortunately they cannot be open to serve food, obviously during this pandemic, but we'll long for those days, and hopefully we can get back to some kind of normalcy. It may not be this year, but hopefully there'll be a vaccine, and next year we can get back to some normalcy.
Until there's a vaccine, even then you won't be able to breathe easy. I mean, we take the flu shot and still people get the flu, but until there's a vaccine, everybody has to use ultra precautions, and you could have a situation where nobody in the country is contaminated, then all of a sudden somebody comes in from somewhere else, and if you're relaxed and not taking precautions, even though nobody is sick, all of a sudden somebody can get sick. So you got to keep having the precautions whether somebody's area is sick or not.
And right now we know those precautions, at least now, are wear a mask in a public setting if you can't socially distance, or if you don't have a mask, socially distance from people, and constantly clean your hands. And the ball is into the defensive end of Chazy, but it's cleared out quickly by Hollister. She gets it up to the middle of the field, and a whistle blown, and we have the Labarge brothers, Denny and Jamie. Jamie's on the far side, Denny's on the near side. They're at the George Brendler field tonight calling this game. Throw in for the Lady Eagles, and the ball comes into the air, lands on the ground, and it's controlled by the Cougars, and it's pushed back by Collins. Collins gets it onto the feet of Harvey. That was Coulomb, got it onto the feet of Hollister. Now it comes to the near sideline, and it's a Prairie for Northeastern. Doing some nice footwork, keeps it simple, gets it on to the feet of Sample. Bryn trying to cut it to the inside, and it's cleared off to the side by Celine Juno. Juno will get her own pass. She takes it off of the Cougar Bryn Sample, so throw in for Chazy.
Be patient now, right? Easier to run in. Really, not too much.
Callie Harvey will throw the ball in. She's trying to find the feet of Willow Hers. Hers has it knocked away. Hers takes it back, goes to the center of the field. The ball is taken away by the Cougars. There's a shot, and there's a deflection ripped by Marley Sample. And for the Cougars, who was the goalie for the Eagles?
The Cougars,
No,
for the Eagles, I don't know. I didn't. You got that lineup. I didn't.
Yeah, okay.
It looks like Sam Gagnon from here with that.
Actually, it does look like Samantha Gagnon. So Gagnon is the goalie for the Eagles, and I'm not sure who is in net. Is Abrielle Racine? Okay. So Racine is the goalie. She's a senior. Dubois is a freshman. So the Eagles controlling play. Number 4, Lucas, pushes it to the side, trying to keep it simple to Hers. Gets past Hers. Hers hustles, grabs the ball back. She gets by Sample. Far sideline. Hers with the throw-in. Ball goes off the head of Ava McAuliffe. And out of bounds on the Eagles. Throw in Cougars. Ball comes in. They're trying to find the feet of Bailey LaFountain. Ball cleared into Eagle territory. Hustling back is Harvey. Harvey comes to the near sideline, gets it on to the feet of Juno. Juno sends the ball forward. It goes off the foot of Roberts. Roberts has it taken away by Lauren. Lauren will switch fields as she's trying to get Catherine Langlois on the far side. Langlois was out last year for the Lady Eagles. She's back healthy this year. And we have a pile of changes coming in for the Cougars. We have Emma Fredette, Gwendolyn Richard, Taylor Woods, and Haley Letourneau into the game. Coming out of the game is Adriana Hollister, Lacey Roberts, Bailey LaFountain, and Lauren Berlodi. Ball is in play. Fredette is being challenged on the far sideline, taken away by hers. Or actually McAuliffe. McAuliffe with the ball has it knocked away, goes on to the foot of Fredette. Fredette gets the ball over to Sample. Sample comes over to the near side to Bryn Sample. It was Marley Sample to Bryn Sample. Ball on the near sideline on the feet of Haley Letourneau. Letourneau trying to get by Harvey. Harvey clears the ball out, and that's a quick throw in for Alexa Turner. Turner gets the ball in. The ball is picked up by Juno. Juno getting onto the feet of Hers. Hers has it knocked away from behind by Taylor Woods. Woods has it cleared to midfield, picked up by Cronkrite. Cronkrite will switch fields, goes back to the far opposite side to Leah Coulomb, and Coulomb quickly sends it toward midfield, but stepping up for the Cougars on the far side defensively, it looked like it's Abby Huckrow, sends the ball far up onto the feet of Langlois. Langlois cuts to the inside, the ball deflects, and we have our first corner kick as it goes off the defense of Northeastern Clinton, and going to the far side to take the corner kick will be Hadley Lucas, and she's kind of taken over where her brother, Heath Lucas, always took the corner kicks.
But not for the girls' games.
But not for the girls' games, that is correct. So actually Heath is an assistant coach. He's down below, and he'd love to be taking that corner kick right now, back in the good old days. But he'll sit there and watch his sister send this kick forward. Lucas hard, low drive into the 18, and that was cleared out by Maya Kreller, the junior from the Cougars. So another corner kick. And they're sending over Haley Lauren, and Lucas will work her way back into the 18. She'll get into the mix and wait for the serve from the corner. Lauren in the air. Ball goes off of Hers. Cougars trying to get a shot off. The Eagles trying to get a shot off. The Cougars are setting defensively. McAuliffe tries to rip a shot forward. There's a shot. It goes off of number 9, Richard, and we have a goal kick. So some good pressure by the Eagles, but defensively the Cougars stood tall. They packed it in and were able to divert that threat by the Eagles, and it's a goal kick for the Cougars. And setting up, it looks like it is number 5, Alexa Turner. She sends the ball forward. She's trying to find the feet of Taylor Woods, but it's cleared out by Katie DeMars for the Eagles. Onto the feet of McAuliffe. McAuliffe being challenged from behind by Fredette. McAuliffe wins that. It goes off the foot of the defense, and that goes off of the Eagles, and it'll be another goal kick for the Cougars.
Now, we should point out that you mentioned the 2 spectators per player. So the visiting team has to send their list to the home school, so the home school can be at the gate and check off the names. So don't put the kids in the car and expect you can get in because it's out of town, because it ain't going to happen.
That is for sure, and as you can see through the gate, that we have hand sanitizer for people to use before they come through the gate, taking every precaution set forth by the guidelines to make sure everybody is safe. As much as we enjoy the soccer game, watching these kids play soccer, and as much as they enjoy playing soccer, safety is the first priority.
Yeah, see, we all want to get out of this alive.
So back to the game. It is Coulomb sends the ball up onto the feet of Marley Sample. Sample has it knocked away. Picked up by Hadley Lucas. She has a through ball. She was trying to find Lauren. Gets by Lauren onto the feet of Turner. Far sideline, kind of open space, picked up by Fredette. Fredette was being challenged by Hers, trying to get the ball onto the feet of Katie DeMars, or onto the feet of Marley Sample. Sample sends it forward, and stepping up for the Cougars was the captain, Mackenzie Chapman. She sends it to midfield, but it's picked up by the Cougars' Turner. Turner short pass up over to Sample. Sample goes to the far side. It is Fredette. Fredette trying to load up. It goes off of the defensive Chazy, picked up by Chapman. Chapman working it to the outside. Chapman gets the ball by Fredette. She works her way up. She has some space. It is Chapman. Now sends the ball up, trying to find the feet of Lauren. Lauren has the ball, turns. It's Lauren. Some nice hustle by number 16, Cronkite. Lauren goes to the opposite side, trying to find McCullough, and it looks like offsides on McCullough.
You guys have one center midfielder to sort out, okay? There's 3 forwards here.
And actually there was a whistle. So I'm not sure what that was. Was that offsides? Yeah, it was offsides.
That'd be my guess. There's nobody near anybody. So it wasn't any foul or anything like that.
Ball at midfield. Onto the feet of Prairie. Picked up by Langlois. Langlois passes back defensively. Gets it onto the feet of McLennan. McLennan sends it up trying to find Juno. And it goes off the sideline. So we're going to have a throw in for the Cougars. And we have into the game Lacey Roberts, Bailey LaFountain, and Adriana Hollister coming into the game. Coming out of the game is 16. It would be a Cronkite, Marley Sample, and I didn't get the third one.
I didn't see a third one.
There were 3 that went out. I think they have 2, 4, 5, 8, 10. Yeah, there's 10 players and the goalie.
Somebody snuck off on it.
So throw in by Harvey, trying to find hers. Gets the ball up over to McLennan. She goes to the near sideline trying to find Juno. And it goes off the Cougars, number 7, Lacey Roberts. And throw in by Juno. Ball is shielded by Hollister. And it goes off of Juno. Ball in play. Oh, and there's a shot off of Roberts on a...
She had a mask on.
she was protected on that one. And it is Juno. Juno trying to cut to the outside, but a good defensive play by Hollister. The ball goes into Chazy territory. It's Chapman. She calmly just sends it back to midfield, trying to find the feet of Hertz. But it's picked up by Alexa Turner. Turner with a big kick to the far sideline. But back there is Chapman. Chapman now sends it forward to McCullough. McCullough goes to the near sideline. She finds Lucas. And Lucas has it taken away. Chapman chips it back up. Coming off the line is Gagno. And I like their choice of Samantha Gagno in net. Of course, her mom was a all-star for Chazy back in the day. And actually her mom, mid-80s, but they went to the state championship game.
That's right. 84, I think.
So that was her mom, Sarah Gagno. And so you know there's good soccer blood in the Gagno family.
She comes by it honest.
What's that?
She comes by it honest.
She does. And but Samantha's a very athletic person, and you can tell that she has some goalie instincts.
And she's newly confirmed, too.
And yes, that's right. We would know that, Calvin?
Because we were there.
We were there. So the ball on the far sideline, and it goes off. And, oh, boy, this is really good. We got like 5 changes going on here. I'll let you look at the film. And try, okay, 3, 13, 16, 18, 19. Okay, Lauren Brilotti. 13, I noticed. Marley Sample. 16, Alexa Cronkite. Who else did I miss out there, Calvin? There was a bunch of them.
18, 19.
Bryn Sample, Dalila Pursic. So, the first game of the year, and Coach Supernaw is moving people in and out.
I don't think the Chazy is subbed yet, has it?
No. And I'm trying to see how big their bench is here. looks like they have 4 subs. Ball comes across. Here's an opportunity for the Cougars, and it's cleared out by McChapman. And there's the rip wide. Nice shot by Bryn Sample. She tried to go for the near post, but just wide.
And one of the people who is not allowed to attend unless some parent gives up their spot is the man the field is named after, right? George Brendler Field. And so maybe you could go visit Jim and Shirley Blair and watch the game from their yard over to our left.
Yeah, I mean it's he's a fixture here for all the games,
Yeah.
boys and girls.
And the field is named after him.
Well, yeah, it was dedicated to him. I think it was in '05.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
15 years ago. Ball is in play. Juneau trying to take it off of Bryn Sample. But ball goes to the 18, and it is McLennan trying to clear it out. And there's a shot over the net. So the Cougars are starting to set up and get some shots off. They're getting a little comfortable out there, feeling a little more confident with their shot selection. And
you know, it's a long game with them wearing a mask out there for the Chazy players. So they're going to, as long as this game goes on, the breathing will be more of a problem.
yeah.
Oh, they get a break?
Oh, they
A
got
mask break.
Yeah, you got a mask break. It's at the 20-minute mark, roughly the 20-minute mark. They call a timeout so the players can come off, and they can.
So this is much like when it's very hot out, they have the hydration break, and this is the type of thing. I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, you can grab your own water.
And we're back from the mask break, and the Eagles will get a goal kick to start from this break. So the ball goes forward. It's onto the feet of McLennan. Off Hadley Lucas. Lucas has the ball taken away by Bailey LaFountain. And you know, Calvin, we'll go back to the days, and you remember this as well as I do. Back in the 70s, there probably wasn't a bigger rivalry, maybe even in the 60s, than Chazy Northeastern in soccer.
Oh, Chazy Champlain Central.
We're going back even that far.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a chance for the Cougars. Plays disrupted by Harvey.
Northeastern had their 50th graduating class last year, and this is the the 50th anniversary is right now because they started 71. So that was the first year for Northeastern and for Northern Adirondack with the mergers.
Right.
So,
But I remember back in the day when these two schools got together, they were 4 and 5 deep around the field for this game. It was I mean, obviously 30, 40 years ago by, there's no rivalry anymore. But back in the day, this was a big rivalry.
oh, they'd play each other on a regular basis. Now they don't. And for a lot of years, in the 90s and so on, Northeastern and Northern Adirondack was
That was
type of a
huge.
situation.
Yeah.
But the rivalry just kind of calmed down since then. But
And that was Chazy when they went to the
Yeah,
BAC with Elizabethtown.
Elizabethtown Lewis, yeah.
So I mean, it's like back, you go in the 90s when Northeastern and NAC were on. Everybody knew what that schedule was.
Yeah.
They wanted to see that game. Same thing with Chazy and Northeastern back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
I don't know if you could have got away with 2 people
Oh,
per
jeez.
player.
No, I think every person in town was at the game, or at least it seemed like it when you were watching it. But the Cougars are putting some pressure on right now. The shots on net favor Northeastern 4-1, and the corner kicks favor the Eagles 2-0. And we have no score. We have 16-19 left in the first half. There is no score. This is, I guess, opening day for soccer in the North Country in our new world of COVID, and it took a while because each school had to open up. They had their own metrics for opening up the school, and they had to get through that to make sure that was working well. The protocols were being followed, safety measures were being followed, and the state New York State High School Sports Association, they wanted to make sure they delayed when they could start because they wanted to make sure that they got the schools open
Right.
and there was no conflict between the two. And
For the time being, Mother Nature is cooperating with us with pretty nice days.
yeah, we definitely have had that, and the schedule is fluid. The next 2 weeks are out. They've kind of put a schedule out there, but it's subject to change. They're constantly monitoring what's happening.
They put it out. Matt Wallentuck put it out yesterday afternoon, and today, my emails, I got 4 or 5 Beekmantown changes already.
Already, yeah.
Yeah, so it's fluid.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be some for each school. I know there was some concern, and naturally, there's a shot. There's an opportunity. It could be for the Cougars, and the ball bounces right back into Gagno's hand. And what a nice opportunity by the Cougars, but Chazy comes up big with the save. So what I was saying, Calvin, is I know there was some concern with what was going on at the nursing homes in Essex County,
Right.
but that has kind of subsided, and at least according to Mark, the infection rate now is down to 0.4%. So they seem to have gotten that under control. There we go. There's a shot. Oh, nice save by Gagno, and that was a nice shot by Bailey LaFountain, and because of the athletic ability of Gagno, she was there to make the save.
Not to get morbid about it, but that nursing home event in Essex County cost in the double figures for lives. So their infection rate might have been higher, but those people have passed on. So
Oh no, I know.
it's pretty much contained to the people associated with that nursing home. So it wasn't spread widely, and the people who were sick aren't around anymore, for the most part. So it's a very unfortunate way to reach a low number as far as percentage-wise.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you lose somebody, that is obviously tragic and sad. And again, it is Gagno with the save. The ball went in, but I'll tell you, the Cougars worked on that one, and Chazy held strong. Gagno did the best that she could, but the Cougars strike first at the 13:01 mark. And I don't know if they're going to announce who put the score in or who scored it. Hey, Tim, who got the goal?
Who got it, ladies? I know we won.
We had
13.
Okay, thank you.
It's a team effort, Joey.
Coach Tim Supernova said, "Who got the goal?" And somebody yelled, "We did." He goes, "I know that." But it was Marley Sample. She raised her hand. She was like, but you're right, Calvin. It is a team. And 1-0 the Cougars at the 13:01 mark. So the ball cleared forward by Hollister
Cougar goal scored by number 13, Marley
to the far side. Bailey LaFountain picked up by Marley Sample, who just scored. And she's being guarded by number 13, Katie DeMars. So it's 13-on-13, far sideline. Sample and DeMars. DeMars has it knocked away, or knocks it away. Throw in for the Cougars. And here come the wholesale changes again. 2, 5, 12, 14, 17. 2, Emma Fredette. 5, Alexa Turner. 12, Taylor Woods. 14, Haley Letourneau. And 17, Elizabeth Prairie into the game. Throw in. Ball cleared out. Onto the feet of Lauren. Lauren gets the ball up to Smith. Emma Smith is in the game for the Eagles. Juno sends the ball forward. It goes over the head of Lauren. Far side is McCullough. McCullough being contained by Hollister. She sends a nice forward ball into the center of the 18 box, and it's picked up by Juno. Juno has it knocked away, and it goes to Prairie. Ball sent forward, and it goes off of Andriana Hollister. Comes to the near sideline, picked up by Letourneau. Letourneau gives it up over to Prairie. Prairie on the feet of Fredette goes to the near sideline over to Haley Letourneau. Letourneau cuts it to the inside. Coming over to help out defensively was Juno. And the ball is sent to outside the 18. And ball is sent forward onto the feet of Lauren. Lauren trying to control it, but it's taken away by the Cougars. Picked up by Juno of Chazy. Onto the feet of Sample. Sample switches fields onto the far side, trying to find Leah Coulomb. Coulomb controls, being defended by Langlois. And Langlois goes down. Chazy gets the call. And we are at the 10-minute mark. 1-0 Northeastern Clinton on a Marley Sample goal at the 13:01 mark. On this beautiful night. Ball sent forward. Ball headed down by McAuliffe onto the feet of Lauren. Lauren comes to the near sideline to Juno. Juno will try to cut it to the inside, defended well by Berlotti. Pushes it back to Turner to Berlotti. And it is Emma Smith back to Harvey. Ball sent forward. Picked up by Smith. She sends it up trying to find the head of Lauren. And it is Sample, clears it toward the near sideline onto the feet of Berlotti. Berlotti pushes it back over to Turner. And Bryn Sample switching the fields, goes to the far side to Woods. And Woods can't control, throw in for the Eagles. And coming into the game is Willow Hers. Coming out of the game is Haley Lauren. And the ball's cleared forward. Back there defensively is Hollister. Celine Juno putting some pressure on it. Goes off of the Cougars, or off of the Eagles, McAuliffe. Throw in for the Cougars. Coming in is number 4, Carries James, and Bailey LaFountain. Coming off the field, Bryn Sample and Marley Sample. .803 left in the first half. This is the opening night of soccer, and we're at the George Brendler Field. It's the Cougars and the Eagles. As we said earlier, the Cougars are in Division 1. Chazy's in Division 2. They don't normally see each other in a soccer season, but in this different world we're in right now, we're just trying to get the kids on the field as safely as possible. And they're playing the schools that are feeling comfortable with having games also. And they're trying to limit the travel. And of course, Northeastern's only 6 miles north of Chazy, so it makes perfect sense that these two schools are opening up against each other. And later on tonight, the Chazy boys are at Northeastern Clinton, so they've just kind of swapped. So far side, it is the Eagles. Number 8, Langlois, turns, and Langlois hustling down. Again, she lost her a soccer season last year because of injuries, and we know that she's happy to be back out there, and I know the team's happy to have her back out there. Ball picked up by Bailey LaFountain. There's a battle. It's picked up by Smith. Cleared out by the Cougars. So Chazy putting some pressure on here. They're trying to get the equalizer at the 6-minute mark as they trail 1-0 on a Marley Sample goal. And it is hers, cutting it down the sideline, sends it across, and coming off the line was Racine for the Cougars. And a nice punt toward midfield, just gets out of the range of Bailey LaFountain. And the whistle goes toward the Cougars, so they'll get a set play free kick at midfield.
Now, for the Cougar fans in particular, you don't get too many double headers here in the same field at Chazy. And I think there's probably one instance or two this season where the JV field will be used at the same time as the varsity field is being used. But in most cases, for Northeastern, the JVs will be at the other team, and the other team will be at Northeastern. So they're switching the sites and the locations on the game so that the fans won't overlap.
Right, okay, and that makes sense.
So if you've got a kid on JV and a kid on varsity, then you had a problem.
Right, well, and of course with Northeastern, Coach McAuliffe's daughter plays right now. And of course the boys play later, and I'm sure that was set in place also to help out. I would think.
Coincidence.
It was coincidence. I know Coach
Happy coincidence because I'm able to be at both games.
Right, well I know Coach McAuliffe was happy it worked out that way.
Yes, and I had to send my bride Judy because Northeastern's having their boys senior thing, first thing. So they're doing it at 6 rather than at 6:30 because it's a 7 o'clock game, but they're doing it at 6. Not quite sure why so early compared to a 7 o'clock start, but that's what they're doing. So Judy agreed to go, and she's covering that, so I can go there after this game and cover their game quite easily because it's 4:30 start here, 7 o'clock there, plenty of time.
Well, I called
Game.
Nick Trombley the other day, about media stuff, and he said they're having senior night. I said, really? And their theory is because this is
Get
so
it in.
fluid, right? Get it in because this is so fluid. I mean, it could end tomorrow, depending on what happens. So.
Yeah, the girls' basketball team was ready to go to regional play, and it didn't happen.
Right, yeah, and that happened overnight.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, that's what's going on. But I did call Nick just for media. Calvin, as he said, will be covering the boys' game, but it will be Calvin covering the boys' game. Northeastern has a much smaller press box than in Chazy, and their scorekeeper's up above. And
Well, it's not smaller, it's just laid out different.
well, yeah, okay, well, laid out different, but there was no way that you and I could get into the same
No.
building. Like right now, it's just if you've been to Chazy, it's just Calvin and I in the press box. Outside on the stairs, we have WPTZ. Mr. Ken Drake, he's got his mask on. He's being socially
News Channel
distanced.
5.
News Channel 5, I guess, right? Not,
Get it right.
yes, not WPTZ anymore. NBC5. Okay, there's the real. Okay. Yeah. I'm dating myself, Ken, but it's.
I still tell people WPTV news, depending on who I think I'm talking
So, but it's NBC5 now. Big letters, big number. You can't miss it.
I knew it when it was WIRI.
I didn't know that.
No, neither did I.
Yeah, when it first started, it was folks who had wiry at the time, and you're familiar with wiry,
Well, I am.
started their TV station, and they called it WIRI.
Well, boy, you are dating yourself, Calvin. I never heard that one before. And here's an opportunity, and the shot will go wide. So there are guidelines for the press, and like I say, Ken Drake is outside on the stairs, socially distanced. I'm staying socially distant from Calvin. We have the room in the press box to do that. Usually I'd have Lee Barcombe up here, but we can't because we have to be limited.
Usually we have Mickey Fries, and we can't.
You got Mickey Fries, we can't. We have a packed stadium, we can't.
We have George Brendler here, we can't.
George Brendler, we can't. But with all that being said, I'm glad we're here.
That's right.
And it's about these kids, and their high school years are the best years of their lives, and the high school sports are some of the best that you'll ever play.
You tell your wife that?
As far as sports go.
No, you say best years of my life or when I was in high school and before we got married. Did you tell your wife?
Calvin,
Not that I'm trying to cause trouble here.
how you come up with that stuff? The common folk who are listening to this will understand what I was getting at. It's nice to have these kids out there. Maggie, don't listen to them.
It gets better all the time, right?
And and the people who know us, but the ones that don't, just so you understand, Calvin and I are first cousins, and our moms were twins, so yeah, we're related. Yeah, people go, how'd you ever get that job? Calvin's my cousin. It wasn't journalistic school, that's for sure, or broadcasting school. So it's Alexa Turner, or I'm sorry, it was Olivia McLennan for Chazy. There's a through ball trying to find Ava McAuliffe. Back to McAuliffe. Going back to Smith. No, McAuliffe does a nice job getting to the ball. And far side, it is Langlois.
9, 8,
And the countdown, there's a deflection. And Racine's there. So the first half comes to an end. It is the Cougars leading the Eagles 1-0. Shots on net favored the Cougars 8-2. Corner kicks favored Chazy 2-1. Chazy had that moment where they're putting some pressure on, but for the most part, the play was either at midfield or more into Chazy defensive territory. Chazy was moving the ball well at times, but not any real good offensive opportunities. We'll be back for the second half. And we're back for the second half. The first half favored the Cougars on a Marley Sample goal at the 13:01 mark. They lead the Eagles 1-0. And this half, Chazy will be going from right to left. And as you're looking at the field, and if you're just joining this film of this game, you'll notice a sparse crowd, and that's because you can only have 2 fans per player, and you have to register before the game, and they check you off when you come in. So as Calvin said in the first half, don't think you're coming with a van full of people. You're going to get inside, because you are not. So Calvin, this game will be available for the public viewing when and where?
Right now.
It's live. It's live right now. You're doing it live on
No, but it's available. And if people hear this, it'll be live. I'll have it. Depends on how long I'm tied up tonight at Northeastern, but I'll have it up either tonight or early tomorrow morning on Saturday.
And they can find it where?
HometownCableNetwork.com or YouTube, or our YouTube channel, either one.
Okay. Now, are you on cable channels at all anymore?
I'm on channel 30 in the northern tier, and it goes all the way over to Ogdensburg area and into the Tri-Lakes. And that's on Monday and Tuesday at 7 o'clock and on Monday at 1 o'clock.
And then anything in the Plattsburgh area?
Nope, because I need somebody from the Plattsburgh area to sign the sheet that they were responsible for it. Even though it's not the same company that is up here in the northern tier, it's a different cable system, and I can't sign it because I don't live in that area.
And how is the Hometown Cable Network viewership?
Good. We have to our YouTube channel. We've got well over 2,500 subscribers right now. But
Wow, that's nice.
and on the Hometown Cable website, we've had about 1.25 million views at this point in time. So we're doing all right.
You're doing just fine. That's excellent. And the ball is cleared by Katie DeMar. She sends it forward, but defensively, the Cougars are there as Hollister sends it to the near sideline to Leah Coulomb. Coulomb comes up to Marley Sample. Sample sends it back to LaFountain. LaFountain back to Sample, and Sample could not get there in time. Off the sideline. Throw in for the Eagles. And DeMars with the throw in. And some nice hustle from behind by Haley Lauren. Goes back to Hollister. Hollister outside her foot. still clears it out to the outside. Nobody there. Will work its way off the end line. And it'll be Celine Juno. She'll give the ball up to Callie Harvey. Harvey gets the throw into Hers. Willow Hers sends it forward off of Lacey Roberts. Back to Lacey Roberts. She goes to the near side, gives it up to Berlotti. Berlotti has it knocked away, cleared out by Harvey. And it goes under the foot of McAuliffe, picked up by Hollister. Hollister, nice hard kick, sends it forward. It goes over the head of Sample, and it will work its way off the end line. So a goal kick coming up for the Eagles. We're early in the second half at the George Brendler Field. So we have a goal kick, and it's going to be Katie DeMars taking the kick.
I have to say this is the best officiated game I've seen this year.
It is unbelievable. These, they're almost, you could tell they're Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
The
Here it is, October, and this is the best game. No question.
I have not seen these guys be challenged all year by any coach. Doing a phenomenal job. So they're having a poll after, like, who did the better job. Was it Jamie or Denny? So we're waiting for those results. So it's McAuliffe working away toward midfield. McAuliffe with some speed, taking it down the line, being challenged by Cronkite. McAuliffe trying to get by Cronkite. Cronkite defensively does a nice job hustling back, clearing the ball forward. DeMars has the ball. And coming up to help out defensively was LaFountain with some nice speed. Disrupts the play. And the ball goes off the sideline, off the Eagles. So Sample will take the throw, and Marley Sample gets the ball into Prairie. Prairie goes back to Sample. Sample sends it across. It's inside the box. Coming off the line is Gagno. And a nice aggressive play by Gagno to get to the ball. She'll work her way to the 18. And a nice punt just shy of midfield. It goes off of Cronkite. And it is Langlois. Langlois picking up some speed, working her way down the line. It's Langlois. Stops. Will now send the ball across, and that deflects off the defensive player Hollister. And coming into the game for Chazy is Smith. Coming out of the game for Chazy is Jenna Collins. Katie DeMars with the throw-in. Gets it up to Smith. Smith trying to get it back to DeMars. It is Sample and Smith. Smith wins that battle. Smith was taken down from behind by Sample, so we should have a direct kick coming up for the Eagles, and we do. Hadley Lucas will set up for the Eagles. Set play. The Eagles will set up offensively. The Cougars set up defensively.
Audie, move up on her. Lauren, 17, go with her, Lauren.
And Lucas. Nice strong kick inside the box. It's cleared out by the Cougar defense. Picked up by McLennan. McLennan trying to get a shot off. That goes off number 5, Turner. And there's a shot. And there's the save. And is that Dubois now in net, Calvin? Or would she just change shirts?
I feel like Sample. I don't know.
Samples in net?
I don't know. It could be Dubois, but it's 25. They're both number 25, so it must be Dubois. The Dubois and Racine both listed as number 25.
Well, it looks like Desiree Dubois is getting some action, and she did a nice job on that hard kick to maintain the shutout for the Cougars. Ball's in the middle of the field, picked up by LaFountain. LaFountain, nice pass up to Sample. Sample one-times it, trying to find Roberts. Gets by Roberts, and it's cleared out by McLennan. Juno battling for the ball, battling with Turner. Turner sends the ball forward to Roberts. Roberts to the near sideline. Gets it onto the feet of Sample. Sample will look to serve. She sends the ball up, and Gagno's there, holds her ground, as the Cougars were crashing in. Prairie as well as Relati were crashing the net, but Sample comes up with the ball. Ball is in the defensive end, and it's picked up by Hollister. Hollister sends it forward, gets it onto the feet of Sample, Bryn Sample. Nice simple pass up over to Lacey Roberts. Roberts gives it to LaFountain. The Cougars doing a good job keeping it on the ground as they're controlling, and it's cleared out by McLennan, far sideline, and that will be a throw-in for the Eagles. A lot of substitutions, but the Eagles have Jenna Collins coming in. We have 2, 9, 12, and 14. We have Emma Fredette, Gwendolyn Richard, Taylor Woods, and Haley Letourneau into the game. Ball is in play. McCullough chips it up high in the air. Hers trying to get to the ball, picked up by McCullough. And we're looking at McCullough is a freshman this year. Ball onto the feet of Sample, Marley Sample. Sends it forward. Gets to the feet of Woods, who just checked into the game. She's defended well by Chapman. Chapman and Woods. Goes off of Chapman. We're at the 30-minute mark in the second half. It is the Cougars leading the Eagles 1-0 on a Marley Sample goal at the 13:01 mark. Smith trying to tap it back up over to Collins, controlled by the Cougars. And Richards sends it across to Turner. Turner tries to find the feet of Fredette, gets past her, and now controlled by the Eagles. Hers sends it forward, trying to find McCullough. Intercepted by Turner. Turner goes up, trying to find Fredette off the sideline. Throw in for the Eagles. Ball put into the offensive zone for the Eagles, defensive zone of the Cougars, but it's cleared out by Cronkite. She sends a long pass on to Taylor Woods. Woods trying to work her way down. She gets by Katie DeMars. DeMars, and coming over to help out is Chapman. Chapman and Woods, again battling. Chapman makes the turn. She was trying to find Haley Lauren, but it's picked up by Sample. And the ball goes off the sideline. Throw in for Chazy. And coming into the game is Langlois. And coming out of the game is Collins. Throw in by DeMars. Smith sends it forward, goes off of the feet of Coulomb of the Cougars. And it is Lauren trying to work her way through. Cronkite playing some good defense. And the ball flips off of Langlois onto the feet of McCullough. McCullough sends it back to Smith, back to McCullough. McCullough now goes to the outside, finds Langlois. Langlois making a nice move. Deflects it off of Coulomb. Picked up by Sample, Bryn Sample. She gives it to Prairie. Prairie back to Sample. Sample pushes it back to Marley Sample, and now it's onto the foot of Woods. Woods will be challenged by Chapman. Chapman and Woods deep into Chazy territory. Deep throw in for Chazy, close to the corner. Inside corner flag, and 27:43 left in the second half. 1-0 Northeastern Clinton on opening night for soccer on the second day of October 2020. Cronkite has it knocked away, picked up by Hers. Hers trying to find Lauren. Lauren working her way down. It's 9-on-9. Richard and Lauren. Near sideline. Ball sent forward. Hustling is Prairie for the Cougars, defended by Chapman. Chapman takes it to the off the sideline. And again, substitutions. We got Roberts, LaFountain, and Hollister checking back into the game. And coming off is Cronkite, as well as Sample, Marley Sample, and as well as Bryn Sample. Cougars far sideline, LaFountain has it knocked away. Controlled by Fredette. Now the ball is sent toward the net. Off the line is Gagno, and it bounces right into her. She was off her line. 26-13. Shots favor the Cougars 10-3. Corner kicks favor the Eagles 3-2. But where it matters most, the scoreboard, the Cougars lead 1-0. It is McAuliffe. Gives it to Lauren. Lauren trying to find was deflected to the near sideline, picked up by Roberts. Roberts pushes it back to Coulomb. Defensively, Harvey gives it up over to Hers. Hers sends it to Smith. Smith goes back to McAuliffe, but it's controlled by the Fountain of the Cougars. She has it taken away from behind by Hers. Hers gives it to McAuliffe. McAuliffe sends it back to Juneau. Juneau chips it up, can't keep it in play, so throw in for the Cougars. You know, as I'm looking at the crowd over there, Calvin, I just think back of the strong support both communities have with their soccer programs.
Yes,
And it's just a shame that we just can't get them here.
It has a new definition for crowd.
Yeah, that is it. If this was a normal, oh, here we go. There's a chance for the Cougars. Oh, what an opportunity for Fredette, and she would love to have that back. That worked out just well for the Cougars. Gagno came off the line, and Fredette, or actually it wasn't Fredette, it was Lacey Roberts, took it over the net, and she'd love to have that opportunity again.
Lean over the ball.
Yeah.
Lift it.
But just,
It's so easy up here.
oh yeah, no.
I've never missed one of those.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I've never missed one of those.
I'm in the Hall of Fame up here playing soccer. Never made a mistake. Never got tired either, Calvin. Never got tired. Never got winded.
That's for sure.
That's for sure. Just going back, two rich soccer programs, and you know you'd have a great crowd here tonight. And there's a shot, nice save by Gagno, nice shot by the Cougars. And there's again hits the goalpost, and Prairie's ripped two shots on net. Gagno got the first one, and the post got the second one. There's a shot from distance, and I'll go off the end line. But a nice try from Alexa Turner, but it'll be a goal kick for Chazy. And Calvin, I'd be remiss to say, look at the beautiful cornfields around this field. Compliments of Drews, they always seem to keep it here till the soccer season's done. And then it's a late cut.
Well, they have corn across the road from me, and last year they didn't cut it till December.
And here come the Cougars. Coulomb sends it back. So the Cougars have put some nice pressure on the last 3 or 4 minutes onto the Eagles. And Cougars are controlling play right now. They're feeling really comfortable. Oh, what a play. What a shot by Prairie. And Gagno, just the athletic person she is, just went to the ground and made that save. But Prairie's got to be a little bit beside herself. Gagno's been stopping her from scoring. And it's not because of lack of effort on Prairie. It's just been good athletic ability of Gagno. And now the Eagles do a little counterattack here. They have the ball into the defensive zone. Ball is cleared out by Richards. She gets the ball up to LaFountain. LaFountain working her way up. She's being challenged by Juneau. and it goes off the sideline. So quickly a throw-in for the Eagles. McAuliffe pushes it back, now sent forward. And it is Smith trying to get to the ball, as well as Langlois. DeMarce chips it right back up, but stepping up is Coulomb. Coulomb, nice soft pass up over to Roberts. Roberts sends the ball forward, trying to find the feet of Woods. Woods cannot get there in time. So a throw in for the Eagles as we approach the 21-minute mark, 21:30 left in the second half. 1-0 the Cougars over the Eagles. The ball comes in, controlled by the Cougars. And Lauren trying to keep it in. Nice play by Lauren. Lauren hustling. And they called a foul with no advantage for the Eagles.
Other side of her, Emma.
So McLennan will take this direct kick, sends the ball forward, and that goes off of LaFountain. Woods has it tipped forward, cleared out by DeMarce. Hers comes back to Smith. Over to Langlois. Langlois tried to cut it to the inside. And we have 13, 16, 18. We have Sample. Crunk. And we have the mass break. And COVID rule is at the 20-minute mark. The kids take a break, get some water. What's that, Calvin?
And take a breath.
And take a breath. And we're back from the mass break, that 20-minute mark. And it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars.
We should point out it's roughly 20 minutes, so if they wait till the ball's dead, then they...
Right. The first half it was 18:40, and then it was 20 minutes and 4 seconds. But roughly in that period of time. So the Cougars quickly bring the ball down the field, but it goes off the end line. So we're going to have a throw or a goal kick for the Eagles.
Yeah, they're not going to take an advantage away from one team because it's 20 minutes into the game.
Right. Yeah, you're on a breakaway.
Oh, sorry.
So the goal kick is in play. Juno, far side. Working her way down. It's knocked away by Turner. And we have a throw-in for the Cougars. It is Alexa Turner, the sophomore for the Cougars. Ball in play. And that would be Sample. She sends it forward onto the feet of Prairie. Prairie's had some nice opportunities this second half, but Gagno's been there. Gagno comes off her line. And again, the athletic ability of Gagno, she comes off and knowing what to do, she slides toward the ball, protecting herself, the ball, and the other player, and she comes up with the punt. And it's at midfield, controlled by the Eagles. And it is McAuliffe. And the ball's forward, just missing the feet of Lauren. Cougars picking it up. LaFountain sends a through ball, and it is Chapman for Chazy. And as I want to see if they mark down who the captains are this year. It looks like we have Mackenzie Chapman, Willow Hers, Olivia McLennan, and Callie Harvey as captains for the Eagles. And for the Cougars, I cannot tell from their lineup sheet that they gave us. So the Cougars are coming down. It's Prairie. Sends the ball across to the 18. And nice job from Juno defending Sample. And it's Juno trying to get a through ball. It's McAuliffe with the ball. She's working her way down to the right side. She's trying to get by Turner. McAuliffe from distance rips the shot, and if it's Dubois, she stood her ground. Smart play, but the ball come to her, just knocked it to the ground. Nobody was near her. Picked it up. Works her way to the 18. It is Dubois. So she's done 2 nice plays in net. Played the position very well. And for just being a freshman, the Cougars have a bright future in net over the next 3 years after this. As she's only a freshman. So checking into the game is Berlotti for the Cougars. And coming out of the game, Tate, the person that chases the ball down out of the game. She does all the work. Poor Gwendolyn Richards. Chase the ball down, Calvin. Brings it up, and they take her out of the game.
There's no justice. It's not a fair world.
Here come the Cougars. It is Hollister. Nice serve into the box, going off into the air. And there's a kind of going around. Oh, again. Prairie. This is Elizabeth Prairie's 4th opportunity. And she took that one over the net. I will say this. The New York Giants would love that. That would have been 3 points, and they don't score a lot. So
That's their average game.
yeah, that's their average game is 3 points. But Prairie's playing a great game tonight and has had some opportunities. And she keeps it up. I'm going to go on the record and say she's going to probably get one before this game's done with. So we have 15:38 to go. Far sideline, it's Juno for the Eagles. It goes off of Willow Hers, back to Juno. Goes off of the head, and Dubois comes off the line. And Dubois throws the ball to LaFountain. And it is McAuliffe. And it's controlled by trying to get the shot off. That was for the Cougars, or the Eagles, was Lauren, but it was defended well. And the ball goes off the sideline. So a throw-in for the Eagles. And a handball off of the Cougars, or off the Eagles. So it'll be a direct kick for the Cougars. And we have Alexa Turner. Turner sends the ball forward. Goes off of the feet of Lucas. Cleared by Harvey, but picked up by Turner. Turner trying to find Sample, gets by Sample, back to Smith for the Eagles, but it's taken away by Prairie. Prairie working her way down, but she's defended well by Chapman, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Cougars. It goes off of Chapman. So this will they're giving it off of Prairie, so it'll be a goal kick for Chazy. And the ball is sent forward. It goes off of Prairie. It'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. And DeMars. Ball in play. Smith sends it up, trying to find Lauren. Lauren is being challenged from behind by Cronkite. Lucas trying to find McAuliffe. Goes overhead, picked up by Turner of the Cougars. She sends the ball forward. And coming off her line is Gagno. She'll take her time to the 18-letter players set up. And the ball will go shy of midfield. Goes off of the feet of Lauren. Picked up by Hollister. Hollister gives the ball up to Coulon. And it goes off of hers. Comes back to DeMars. Controlled by Coulon. Coulon pushes it back. Now sent forward by Hollister. And for the Cougars, it's McLennan. McLennan and Prairie could not keep it from going off the sideline. So you're going to have Fredette and James check into the games on the next weight throw-in. So throw-in for the Eagles. We're at 12 minutes and 15 seconds. It's 1-0 Cougars. And the ball goes off of Lacey Roberts. Or actually it went off of Hadley Lucas. Leah Coulomb throwing over to Fredette. Fredette back to Coulomb. And Fredette cuts it to the inside. Tries to go down the line. She's trying to find Lauren Berlotti. Throw in for the Cougars, or the Eagles. Number 11, Harvey, goes off of Sample. And it is McLennan playing defense. Ball comes back onto the feet of Coulomb. Coulomb cuts it to the inside, taken away from behind by DeMars. Picked up by Sample. Sample sends it back to the sweeper position. Onto the feet of Hollister. Hollister switches fields. Doesn't get the foot on it that she wanted, and it's picked up by McCullough. McCullough trying to work her way down. She takes the ball away, and then she goes down, so there'd be a tripping foul on Turner. So we have a direct kick coming up for the Eagles. Going over, crossing the field is Hadley Lucas. She will take the kick for the Eagles as we're 10:37 left in the second half. The Eagles trail by 1, and they're looking for the equalizer. Nice serve inside the box. There's the shot. Oh, just wide. McCullough ripped it wide, far post. So goal kick coming up for the Cougars, but an opportunity for the Eagles, and they could not capitalize. Chazy with the ball. Lauren trying to get her shot off, and they defend it well. Pushed back, picked up by Letourneau. Letourneau sends it forward. Chapman quickly sends it back into Northeastern territory, but it's now back at midfield into Chazy territory. And here come the Cougars, working their way down. James has the ball knocked away from her. Picked up by Marley Sample. Sample goes to the weak side. But back there is DeMars as they were trying to find Fredette on the weak side. But a good job by DeMars defensively. And we're going to have a corner kick. So Lacey Roberts is into the game. Bailey LaFountain and Elizabeth Prairie are into the game for the Cougars. And the corner kick comes back to the open space, and shot from distance by Leah Coulomb goes wide of the net. So we have 8.5 minutes left. The Cougars lead the Eagles 1-0. Chazy looking to play for the equalizer. Ball comes in. The shots on net favor the Cougars 17-5. Corner kicks favor the Cougars 4-3. But they could only get one goal past Samantha Gagno, and it was kind of like a scrum. And the ball worked its way into the net. And that was at the 13:01 mark of the first half. So throw in for the Cougars. It's going to be Leah Coulomb. She goes down the line trying to find Prairie. Prairie and Chapman, that's been Kind of a battle there the second half. Ball is chipped up, picked up by Cronkite. Cronkite will send it across onto the feet of Turner. Turner goes to the near sideline, or say the far sideline from us. And we're going to have a throw in for the Eagles. It's going to be Harvey. She gets the ball into hers. Hers trying to work her way down. She takes it off of Lacey Roberts. So throw in for the Eagles. We're at the 7-minute mark. And it is hers trying to work her way through, getting it to McAuliffe. McAuliffe is dangerous. Sends it across, trying to find Lauren. Could not get to her. Defended well by Coulomb. And quickly the Cougars send it back to midfield. And it's controlled by number 10, LaFountain. LaFountain sends it forward. Gets by Chapman. Gagno's off her line. She calls for it. And she'll work to the 18. Again, nice punt. Just shy of midfield. McAuliffe heads it back up over to Lauren. Lauren trying to go back to McAuliffe. Picked up by Turner. She gets it onto the feet of LaFountain. LaFountain back up over to Roberts. Roberts back to LaFountain. So some nice ball movement by the Cougars. It's now on the feet of Prairie. Prairie comes to the near side, picking up Berlotti. And just too far ahead of her. So we're going to have a goal kick, as well as having Sample, Marley and Bryn Sample come back into the game. For the Eagles, we have Langlois into the game, and coming out of the game is Lauren. The ball sent forward by McLennan.
Let's go. Marker up. We got 13.
So throwing for Chazy. We're approaching the 5-minute mark. Harvey sends the ball in. It goes off of Coulomb and cleared up high in the air by Roberts. And it's picked up by Prairie. She gets it up over to Sample. Sample goes to the far side, as coming on strong was Carice James. And that's cleared out of bounds by Langlois. So throwing for the Cougars. No, I was thinking, Calvin, it's been a long time since you and I have done a game together. I mean, just any kind of game.
Yeah, well, been since March. I'm sure we did something in March, but early March or February.
Yeah, it's just... Well, the lights are on at the George Brendler Field. Just really noticed them. And we're at approaching the 4-minute mark. Ball picked up by Cronkite. Pushes it up over to Coulomb. To Sample. DeMars looking to keep the ball in. She sends it forward. Hustling back is Coulomb. Goes off of DeMars.
Back up here. Marley here. Ellie, drop back over in the middle, then you can go to this run, okay? Get Marley there now. Good. Now we got it. Now.
And nice hustle by Roberts. But coming over to defensively is Chapman. And thrown by Sample. Smith winning that battle. Sends it forward, but it's picked up by Roberts. Roberts gets it up over to Bailey LaFountain. LaFountain over to Sample. Back to LaFountain. LaFountain sends it forward. Off her line is Gagno.
Everybody's back now. Everybody's back.
So we're under 3. A big kick by Gagno. And it is Juno trying to control it. Juno cuts it to the inside, sends it up trying to find McAuliffe. It's knocked away. Goes on to the feet of Sample. Sample cuts it to the inside. Nice short pass to LaFountain. LaFountain will go to the near side. And hustling is Bryn Sample, but it gets too far ahead of her. Back there is Chapman for Chazy. She sends it forward to Smith. Smith comes to the near sideline onto the feet of DeMars. DeMars sends it up, trying to find hers, controlled by Roberts. And it is knocked away by McLennan.
2 minutes.
And 2 minutes, we've heard the call. 2 minutes left in the second half. 1-0 Cougars. One thing Calvin taught me a long time ago in soccer, you better say second half, don't say the game. Not when it's 1-0.
We got the sub rule, and now the Cougars can't sub without stopping the clock.
That's right, that was new last year.
The last 2 minutes of the game.
And the ball comes into the 18, and it's cleared off to the side. So smart defensive play by the Cougars, by Hollister. Send it out of bounds. Get a throw in for the Eagles. Keep them away from the net. And again, goes out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Sample. So we're down to the final minute. And the Cougars defending. Sends the ball forward. Ball sent forward by McKenzie. So Chapman gets the ball up over to Hers. Hers has it knocked away. And it is Prairie. 30 seconds to go. Prairie has 30 seconds to make my prediction come right, Calvin. I thought she was going to put one in the second half with the effort she was putting out there. So we're down to the 22 seconds, and if you're the Cougars, you like your position. You're up 1-0, and you have the ball for a throw-in as the clock is winding down. So we're going to get the 10-second call here in a second.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the game is officially in the books. The Cougars come to George Brendler Field and beat Chazy 1-0. The shots favored the Cougars 17-5. The corner kicks favored the Cougars 4-3. So it was opening night in soccer at the George Brendler Field. It was great to be back in the broadcast booth with Calvin. Of course, they can't do the handshakes either. Everybody's being safe. They all yelled good game to each other. And it was great to see these young students back on the field again doing what they love to do. And it was all well thought out, very COVID smart. All precautions were in place. And Calvin, I would say it was a successful opening day for soccer. Calvin says
That's
yes,
the way it was.
And as Calvin's still filming the coach Superna talking to his team. And Coach Signor's talking to her team, and I think both coaches are happy with what they saw. And Calvin said it earlier, it's to run around with that mask on for 2 40-minute halves. I'm sure it's different for the kids, but I do know from talking to other coaches, the kids were more than happy. If that's what they had to do to play soccer was to wear a mask, they were all for it. So, on the second day of October 2020, Northeastern comes to George Brendler Field and beats the Lady Eagles 1-0. And as Calvin says, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy.